I finally cut off my toxic mom, and I have zero regrets. My brother and I grew up in a house that looked perfect from the outside. Nice neighborhood, clean clothes, decent grades. But behind closed doors, my mom was a completely different person. She never needed to raise her hand to destroy you. She had this way of making you feel invisible and worthless with just her words. She would compare me to girls at school, tell me I'd never be pretty enough, never be enough period. And when I cried, she'd call me dramatic and weak. But it wasn't only words. When her temper came out, she was careful and calculated about it. She always made sure nothing showed. She knew exactly what she was doing. My dad saw everything and said nothing. He'd leave the room, take long walks, pretend he couldn't hear what was happening. I used to catch him looking at me with this sad expression, like he genuinely felt sorry for me. But sorry doesn't protect you when the lights go out. By second grade, I was pulling my hair out from the anxiety. My teacher noticed the bald patches during recess one afternoon and asked me about it quietly. I lied at first. Then I started crying. Then I told her everything. That conversation changed my life. The school contacted child services, and for the very first time, someone actually listened to me like I mattered. My brother and I were placed with our grandmother, while everything was sorted out. She was the opposite of everything we had ever known. Warm, steady present. She had me in therapy before the month was over. Therapy gave me language for things I had spent years blaming myself for. I learned that what happened to me had a name. I learned I wasn't dramatic or oversensitive or broken. I was just a little girl who needed someone to actually show up for her. The only thing my grandmother tried that never worked was encouraging us to rebuild a relationship with our mom. She never pushed it, but she hoped for it quietly, and watching her hope used to break my heart, because I already knew how that story ended. I left for college and never moved back. My brother and I stayed close, and that meant the world to me. But I stopped pretending that house was ever home. Then last Sunday, my brother called saying he was on his way over. He didn't mention he was bringing our mom. She stood at my front door, looking smaller than I remembered, holding flowers like that was supposed to undo everything. My brother had tears running down his face. He said he just wanted us to try. I told him I loved him and I always would. Then I asked them both to leave. Some doors don't need to be reopened just because someone finally decides to knock.